This week's edition of Diggnation is brought to you by GoDaddy.com, Cashfly.com, Pursuit Force for the PSP, and Squirrel Butter.
Chunky or light?
Welcome to Diggnation.
Also potentially hazardous to your health. For
Why do you have flies in your freaking house? I noticed this out earlier.
It's Southern California and I have fruit.
This is my favorite story of all time. All right, moving on. You put zombie and you put theory in the title, and I don't want to do it.
Theory Zombie Kevin.
Diggnation.com.
Hello and welcome to Diggnation, episode number 39. I'm Alex Albrecht.
And I'm Kevin Rose. Diggnation covers some of the weekly top stories on the social news website, dig.com. That's digg.com.
That is right, and we are coming to you live from San Francisco, except previously recorded.
It's live getting taped.
Live to tape is
yes.
what it is. Few things before we get into the normal flow.
Reno last week
Was ridiculous.
Yes.
I was drunk.
Scotchy.
You. Jaeger.
Everyone has to know what happened. Okay, so here's the deal.
Yes.
After the cameras turned off.
Well, not wait. Shouldn't I be? Well, I think you have a better memory of what happened.
You were asking me what happened. You remember
halfway
signing that
through.
girl's butt.
No, I do not. Halfway through the podcast.
Do you remember that?
Halfway through the all I know is you sent me the picture of you signing her butt, which
There's a picture of
implied
you,
that
too.
I signed my her butt.
Right,
But
you
whatever. Either way, I'm
think you
sure
got
I did.
You got the right cheek. You did.
Okay.
She asked me to do the left.
All I have to say is about halfway through the podcast, I don't remember what happened.
Right, and then
No,
after
3/4 of the way.
you were drunk before we started.
1/4 of the way in. I was meaning not. I don't even remember half of the first half.
Okay.
So all I'm saying is about 1/4 of the way through the show, I just checked out.
Okay, stop with the percentages. You're like
Maybe
half of the first half of the quarter.
1.47. I've thumbed it. I don't remember anything.
And after the camera shuts off, first thing that happens,
I
Alex
stand up
gets
and fall over.
You want to say hi to everyone, take pictures.
what
He
we
gets
do.
up, collapses, and falls into my
Yes,
chair.
I fell in. Now, good news, it wasn't a flat-out fallout. That would have been really embarrassing had I just been like,
Fallouts are always
had I
bad.
been like, evening, whoop, onto the side. But I definitely stumbled. Let's put it that way. And
Right.
then I think we took pictures with some people, and then I was in the bathroom throwing up, and then I
Didn't go
was
snowboarding
walking-
the next day.
No, I didn't go anywhere
Right.
the next day. And I was in the bathroom probably about 3 hours that night before
I called you around 12:30. I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" You're like, "Oh." Well, you said there's a phone right next to the toilet.
There's a phone. You know how like in the hotels, there's like a toilet and the phone like right at the toilet.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't sitting on the toilet. I was like on all fours in front of the toilet, and the phone rings. And I pick it up and I'm like, "Oh, this is crazy. I just been through blah blah blah." And Kevin's like, "Dude, are you cool?"
Dude,
Because you were totally drunk
man.
too.
I went back to my. Well, I don't even want to say what I did. But
All I'm gonna say is from now forward, Diggnation is a hard alcohol-free zone. Beers are great because we love the enthusiasm. We don't want people to not think they can buy us drinks.
Right.
But hard alcohol is out. I don't know who started this whole Jägermeister
The Jaeger thing was a bad idea.
It was some guy who was like, Jägermeister.
Well, we started off with kamikazes. I was like, "This is tasty," you know.
No.
You don't like kamikazes?
I don't like hard liquor anymore.
Well, yeah, I'm not. I agree with you. Beer.
Beer.
All right.
And even then, moderation. So our livers are recovering poorly, and we're in San Francisco.
Right.
Speaking of poor liver consumption,
Are you still peeing blood?
yes,
Okay.
that's horrible. I didn't get kicked in the nuts. I just got drunk. Yes, I am. It's always nice when Christmas comes out of my.
No.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
Like it's Christmas time.
Christmas time. It's Christmas time.
That's terrible.
Okay. No more candy canes in my toilet. Let's go.
Starting with the first story
No,
is
beer.
yours.
We're drinking
Oh,
beer.
yeah. Oh, so
Jeez.
okay, let me explain how we got these beers.
Yes.
I went
I've not had
downstairs.
This yet. This is actually my first beer since Reno.
So we could have
We could have some sort of
reaction going on
spontaneous
here.
vomitation. It's a clinical term.
Go. Just waiting to see what happens, man. I heard you on
Dude,
the
you're like
toilet.
my college roommate. You're like, go.
No.
Go.
We're not doing that again. All right, so let me explain the beers. I went down to the main lobby. I was walking the lobby. Some guy walks up to me. He's like, "Hey, I don't know if he knows." Well, there was a girl there too, but the guy was the one that actually handed the beers.
Oh.
And he says, "Hey, you got to try this Drake's Hefeweizen." And it says a pint a day keeps the scurvy away. It's kind of got a pirate ship on the outside.
I like the theme.
It was founded in 1989. Very old microbrew.
Ancient brew.
It actually is brewed in San Leandro, California. And so
cool.
drinkdrakes.com if you want more information about it. Tastes pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Good Hefeweizen.
Yeah.
Thank you for the beer. Whoever you were, mystery man and girl with you.
I was gonna say like the fog or the shadow, and it just came out.
You'll punch you today. All right.
I think it's like insta drunk because I had like a sip, and all of a sudden I was like, whoa. Whoa. First story. Full-length Legend of Zelda movie is in development. 1,338 people dug the story, submitted by K. Shrek. Whatever. I don't know. Legend of Zelda series. A Zelda fan site is working on a full-length feature film based on the Legend of Zelda series by Nintendo. This link includes information, images, and best of all, a near 3-minute long... Damn it. Wake up. Wake up. I can't wait to get my new computer. And a 3-minute long trailer packed with scenes from the movie. Check it out.
All right.
I saw the story title and I was
excited.
like, we have to do this.
Know.
Legend of Zelda movie. I'm so excited, blah, blah, blah. And then I went and I realized it was a fan film.
Right. And we all know.
Independent feature.
No, it wouldn't even
Man in tights on a horse.
I was really excited. I was like, all right, Zelda movie, this is going to be awesome. But yeah, you showed me the clip. You pulled it up. You played it. And
it's just it's a fan film, and good for them for making a fan film. But it's like the little triangle thing on his hand is like magic marker,
right.
And he's clearly wearing a very low end costume, and it's shot on DV and all that stuff. Good for you for doing it, people. But I don't know if that's movies I watch.
I don't think I watch those, but. Look forward to telling you about it. I don't know. I was going to say look forward to watching it, but that's not true.
But that's not true. So they said that it's going to be like a like a film festival kind of thing. They're not going to release it. I don't know if they would have that option, but they decided that they're going to go film festival route if they get into film festivals.
Sounds good. So
no, it's not. But the thing was, it was sort of like I was excited because I was like, oh my god, I would love to see a Zelda movie. You know what I mean? With Elijah Wood as, Link.
Yeah, he would be a good Link, wouldn't he?
I could be a casting director easy. I'm just saying.
Who plays Zelda?
Who would play Zelda?
Some hot ass little.
Jesus.
I'm trying to think. It had to be because in the Nintendo version, she was, something going on there.
What the hell?
No, I'm just saying she was like the princess, right? She's supposed to be attractive.
Sure.
So, casting director, who is she supposed to be?
Scarlett Johansson.
There you go.
Yeah, she's pretty cute. Scarlett Johansson. Well, anyway, that's it for Legend of Zelda. And edit, and we're cutting because Keith knocked over the camera.
Next story. Programmable soda bottle. 1,891 people dug the story submitted by Defrag. What will they think of next? Is what he says.
I don't know, a Jesus cheeseburger.
The article on this one is actually pretty cool. So basically, you have your standard soda bottles.
I saw the picture.
Right. So the picture is there's different flavors around the outside of the bottle. And as you want flavor added to your drink, you push in and it kind of breaks the flavor. So it's soda
water on
packet.
The inside,
right?
And then the stuff, the what do they call it? The caramel or what? No, what do they call the stuff? The syrup.
Right.
Because movie theater they buy syrup packs.
Well, the syrup's already in there, I think. And what you're doing is saying I'm drinking my Coke. I want cherry Coke. Boom, you push and injects the artificially flavored cherries into your drink. And then you have cherry Coke.
Jesus.
Well, it's the same way they do it in the factory.
Yeah, but I don't have to do the injection. It just sounds a little weird.
Well, it's colored. The kids like it.
Yeah, but the kids are also, breaking their bones walking down the street because they drink soda instead of milk.
It's bad. It's bad stuff. But It looked interesting. I mean, it was kind of a cool way to inject different flavors into your favorite carbonated beverage.
I mean, I guess it kind of goes back to the whole. Do you remember what was it, the Dippets?
Yes.
Dippets,
yeah.
Where it had the different color and you could dip it and lick the stick.
And you could never drink soda and dip it at the same time or your stomach would explode?
No, that was Pop Rocks.
Pop Rocks, that's it.
Pop Rocks. Yes, Pop Rocks. That was what it was. I'd say maybe, let me see it. You know what I mean? Like, I'd have to try it to see what I think.
I don't think I'd try that. I just cannot put like fake crap in my body like that.
I don't know. I guess not. I like soda. Moving on. Top 87 bad predictions about the future. This is really funny. 1,646 people dug the story submitted by LOL. Nuclear-powered vacuum cleaners will probably be a reality in 10 years, says Alex Lewitt, president of a vacuum cleaner company in 1955. We stand on the threshold of rocket mail, said the U.S. Postmaster General Arthur Summerfield in 1959. They couldn't hit an elephant at this distance, was the last words of General John Sedgwick in 1864.
These are great. These are great to read through.
It's just a list, and some of them are really, really funny. I mean, some
was
of them
that
are...
scientist that called the AIDS virus a pussycat virus or something like that?
Yeah, there was one here. Oh, I like this one. Reagan doesn't have that presidential look, a United Artists executive said, rejecting Reagan as the lead in a 1964 film, The Best Man.
That's awesome.
Then goes on to become president. Sensible and responsible women don't... Oh, this is good. Sensible and responsible women do not want to vote. That's what the President of the United States said back in 1905, Grover Cleveland. Which is why nobody ever hears of the great Grover Cleveland, because he was a horrible minister. That's not. I could go on, but I'm not going to. I like this. And for the tourists who really want to get away from it all, safaris in Vietnam. Newsweek predicting the popularity holiday for the late 1960s.
Nice. Check out this one, Bill Gates.
This antitrust thing will blow over.
No big deal.
Yeah, that's good. So anyway, this is really fun. You can go through and see how many people are eating their hats. Yes.
Cool.
That's what I say of that, and we are done.
This is my favorite story of the week. I would have to say... The Crysis new demo video, 1280 by 720 high quality, 456 people dug the story, submitted by Sequence. It's not that popular. It was just submitted today, but it's breaking news. This game looks freaking awesome. This 93-second demo video is from the 2006 Game Developers Conference. Now, Crytek and EA releasing this high-quality video, sure worth a watch or two. So, did you play Far Cry?
I played a little bit of Far Cry, but I did see it. You know, it was back when I was sort of in that weird phase of not really being into the first-person shooters on the PC and still playing the Xbox, and then sort of moving over with Half-Life 2.
Right. So I played Far Cry. I love Keith. You were a big Far Cry fan. We loved it. It's like great game. Just at the time, it was some of the most amazing graphics. The water. I mean, everything was on. They've done it again. This is the coolest looking first-person shooter that I've ever seen as far as the engine is concerned.
Dude, I watched the stuff. I mean, the engine stuff was unbelievable with the like, you know, aperture, the eye aperture stuff in the different rooms where the lighting. You go into a room that has backlighting, and into a dark room, it's dark, and then it slowly becomes lighter as your eyes adjust.
It really, awesome. I was a huge Half-Life 2 fan, but this just blows it out of the water.
With a
which
gun.
Is hard to do.
Oh yeah, no. But and this is based on their Cryogen 2 or whatever. What is it called? The
Cry 2.
Cryogen 2.
Is it Crytek 2? Is that the engine? Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, so it's based on the second generation of the engine, and they've been doing a really good job. Like they had a really good, amazing port of Half-Life, not Half-Life 2, but of Far Cry 2 that's gonna be coming out for the Xbox 360. And if you see some of that stuff, oh dude, yeah. That's going to be amazing. I mean, the whole thing is that the cool thing about the way the game industry is now is it's all about the engine. Mm-hmm. And if you have a good engine, you can make a game and basically has the same, you know, graphics as all because the engine's the same. So, like, did you play Condemned yet on the Xbox 360?
Is that good?
It's really good, but it's based on the Fear engine. And so they're going to bring Fear to the Xbox 360, cool. But you know it's going to look great because Condemned is already using the engine.
Right.
So it's really cool. And they showed some really cool stuff off at the Game Developer Convention about how to port games straight over into Windows and then convert them immediately over to the 360 and back.
See, that's where Microsoft has such the advantage there.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Because they're already writing them for the PC, and then boom, they can just port them over, or vice versa, you know?
Yeah, totally.
That's really cool.
It's going to be fun. I can't wait for E3. They said it's going to be playable at E3.
That's awesome.
Which I'm super, super excited about. We're going to E3, right?
I don't know. We'll find out. But one thing I have to tell you, forgot what I was going to say. And
captivating.
Had something to do with Crytek engine. Oh, Far Cry. Oh, so I was waiting for the sequel for Far Cry to come out for the longest time, and now I see what they've been working on. Makes sense, though.
Although this isn't really a sequel to Far Cry, right? This is called Crysis. But maybe it is.
But, you know,
maybe it's not, maybe
that's why they didn't release the second Far Cry, because they're working on a new engine, which is awesome.
Yes, well, yes, I agree.
Cool stuff.
Next story. Geek uses packet sniffer to catch his girlfriend cheating. 2,749 people dug the story submitted by The Attacks. This guy used a packet sniffer called Ethereal to catch his partner of 17 years, cheating on him. So the deal is...
17-year-old girlfriend. Or not 17-year-old.
Kevin.
17 years of dating.
17 years of dating his very young girlfriend. So here's the deal. I have to say the story is a little light. And it's light on what she was doing, how he found out, like all the stuff you want to know.
Read this for a sentence. That's awesome.
I know, this is the best part. On the 13th of February, I became suspicious that something wasn't quite right with Michelle. The 13th being the day before Valentine's Day.
And his partner of 17 years or so.
Yeah.
Something's up with
And
that.
then here's the thing. Doesn't tell me why he's suspicious, which is what I want to know. I don't give a crap about you put a laptop in the cupboard and caught the packets. Yeah, that's easy. I could tell you that that's what you do. So basically that's what he did. He took the laptop, hid it in the cupboard. You know, it was grabbing the packages in Ethereal, and then he was remote accessing into the laptop to check. And basically he found her cheating. And basically, I think what happened was he probably, I'm assuming, caught some, unencrypted emails or something, or some sort of. But he doesn't say. Well, he doesn't say what he found, what she was saying, who the guy is that she was, stooping. If it was a girl, maybe it was a horse. Nobody knows. This is the information we want, not the information of. Well, you want that information.
I don't
I'm
know
reading the
if I want
story,
as
and I'm
bad
like,
as you do.
well, not that bad. But I was reading the story, and I was like, okay, this is very informational, but nothing about. And then it said. Of course, I think it's just a blog, because he was like, but I digress. The sniffer provided me with evidence that Michelle had been having an affair since mid-January. I confronted her, and we decided to try to see if we could work it out during our ski trip to Colorado.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice of them. Yeah. It didn't work.
So they're
separating. So watch out, ladies. If you're stooping somebody on the side and your boyfriend's a geek, tiger.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
We had a story like that last week. Sad, sad times.
Did we? What was it?
You were too drunk to remember, weren't you? You don't remember.
No, I remember.
You don't.
No, I remember. No. It was the Firefox thing.
Yeah, okay, there you go. All right, next story. Portable cell phone jammer blocks any frequency in a 1 kilometer radius. 1,300 people dug the story submitted by Fudge Brown. The CJAM 1000 bomb beater. This is an uber powerful portable cellular jamming device that lets you stop pagers, cell phones, Wi-Fi, or any other microwave frequency for up to 1 kilometer around your location. You can activate it remotely, and it comes with a fingerprint option to prevent little Johnny from triggering it at the inopportune moment.
Yes.
So this is cool. It looks like a little tiny backpack nuke, kind of. Not really a backpack nuke, but like a little.
Holy crap!
It looks like a little kind of war briefcase.
Well,
it's
click
like,
on it. Let me see.
Hold on, you didn't ask for the link. I thought Keith was going to put it up in the video, and then we wouldn't have to.
Oh, because I can watch the video that we're recording right now.
I'm saying.
I'd be like, bloop, here it is. So that's what it looks like. That's
so there it is. Right
amazing.
There. See?
No, I'm not looking.
The CJAM.
Oh, it looks like a camera case.
Military grade.
Yeah, well, big camera.
But you can actually buy these things.
Just for fun?
I didn't see this one for sale. I mean, they say, call for information, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, that's always amusing.
But they do have another one.
Crap.
Yeah, exactly. Something this size. You just know by the sheer size of it, it's going to be freaking crazy.
Yeah, right.
But they do have another one that a buddy of mine just ordered. I'll keep you all posted as to how well it works.
I'm sure your buddy would love that.
It's about the, are they illegal? I think they are, right?
I don't think they're illegal.
Because he had to order it out of the country.
Well, that's a good criteria for illegal.
So it's about, it looks just like a cell phone. It has two little antennas coming out the top of it, the one that my friend ordered. Okay. And it was like $250. And supposedly, with this unit, it's like, you have basically like 50 yards around you. You can knock out all cell phones.
Still, 50 yards is pretty good.
That's cool.
If you're...
I'd use something like that.
Why would you... Jay would buy it. I would use it for the movies. Definitely.
Yeah, for the movies for sure.
If somebody's phone started ringing, and I'd just be like, fwang, and the thing would stop.
What's even worse is like, it's not about the rings, it's when somebody actually picks up the phone and then decides to have a conversation in the movie. Have you been there?
Thankfully not.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times.
I went and saw, I just saw The Inside Man with Daniel Day, Denzel Washington. Thank you.
Was that good?
It was really good. It was really good. Although we got there really late, and so I was like sitting in the corner and like up in the thing. Oh, but I got stopped at the Grove. I was going down the escalator with my girlfriend, and this lady came up, and she's like, I just love your show.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I was like, oh, thanks. And her husband or boyfriend was like in the back, like looking at me like that.
That's weird.
Like, obviously, he was like, oh my God, that's Alex Albert. Don't go up, don't go up, don't go up! You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
It was fun. That's always fun when people come
That's
up
cool.
and they're like, hey,
I want to see
love
V
the
for Vendetta.
show. Okay.
Looks like a good
You
movie.
could probably hook that up.
Yes.
Moving on.
Yep.
Google patents free Wi-Fi. 2,151 people dug this story, submitted by M. Salam. The search engine giant has developed and patented 3 technologies for offering wireless internet access and advertising free of charge. Now, we talked about this before, that people were thinking that Google might possibly be getting into the ad delivery. Do you remember with the whole like the sandwich down the street
Right.
thing and all that stuff? Well, they went and got 3 patents. And the patents are,
They weren't issued the patents, though. They filed for
right,
the
they filed
patents,
for the
right?
patents. But the patents are about ways of providing wireless access through a first party that would then be the ad people. So let's say, Starbucks, I mean, this is totally BS, but let's say Starbucks wanted to support free Wi-Fi through Google at their site. What would happen is when you logged in to that wireless access point, it would then like pop something up, or you would be using a certain browser that would basically say, your Wi-Fi is being sponsored by Starbucks.
Right.
you
Or
see what I'm
as
saying?
you surf around, it would show you ads too.
I don't think I think Google's smart enough to realize that people don't want banner ads. But I'll tell you right now, if there was like a little thing in the corner that just said, Wi-Fi available by, Starbucks, I would be perfectly fine with that.
Well, of course, everybody would. But like, why? That doesn't seem like an ad. How are they going to make money by saying sponsored by?
Well, how does anybody make money on advertising? I mean, that's the problem.
Clicking through and actually going to a site.
Well, yes, but see, that's the old thinking of the web.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it is. Though we're not doing
you're
that.
telling me, like,
We're making money on the web,
so
and
you're
we're not
telling me-
getting click-throughs.
Yeah, but we have sponsors that
Right,
actually.
and that sponsor would be Starbucks.
No, but what I'm saying is, right now Starbucks has a pay-for service in their stores.
Okay, but
why
Starbucks.
would they get rid of that?
Starbucks is a complete BS thing. I just pulled it out of my butt. It's okay. Subway. So you go to Subway, and there's free Wi-Fi via Google, sponsored by Subway, and you go, "Thank you, Subway." You know what I mean? Or you're sitting out in a park, and you're like, brought to you by Coca-Cola. Hey, maybe you'll go, I'd like to get a Coca-Cola. But bottom line is we don't even know if that works. Believe me, I'm not buying Diet Pepsi because some freaking can commercial with some guy who's riding in a weird truck. That's not why I'm buying Diet Pepsi.
It's interesting because I'm curious to see where Google goes with this, because I think that if they build this into a browser, because there have been rumors of this G browser for a long time that's based on Firefox, blah, blah, blah. If they build this like free, like this is the browser you need if you're going to surf free while you're in San Francisco or whatever cities they decide to roll it out on, I think it would be, the thing where Google makes their most money, obviously, is where they display relevant ads on websites that pertain to that website. They're very targeted ads.
Right.
So if you're on a site that's talking about oolong tea, you're getting ads about oolong tea on that site because Google has crawled that information and is suggesting relevant ads on that site. Now, I think, if it's built into the browser, as you're surfing around, this is a huge win for Google because obviously, there's a very small percentage of websites out there, it's growing every day, that actually carry Google AdSense. So if you're on a site that, you're reading up about some really weird, obscure medical condition, and they don't have Google AdSense on there, Google will have the ability to crawl that site and serve an ad that is relevant to that particular site that you're on.
Yes,
they'll
but
make more money that way than they would any other little kind of sponsorship in the corner.
Well, except for the fact that I think Google is smart enough to realize that everybody hates with a passion pop-up ads.
No, I'm not saying pop-ups. I'm saying somehow integrated into the browser itself.
Well, okay, sure, but all I'm saying is that rather than it being based on where you're looking, it's where you're physically sitting. You know what I mean? Like,
But what's
I
the
know
advantage there if you're sitting in a park?
if I'm sitting in a park and there is a Starbucks right next door to me, and I keep seeing "brought to you by Starbucks" on the corner of my thing,
I can see that.
I might go.
Maybe a combination of both. I don't
Boom!
know.
I go to the thing. Well, I'm hoping that they just know, because I'll tell you right now, I would rather pay, $4 or whatever to have 2 hours at Starbucks. Because the bottom line is I don't use Wi-Fi access points unless they are free, because otherwise it's like, well, I don't really care.
You never paid for Wi-Fi when you've been?
No, I have, but just not normally. We should get like T-Mobile accounts, but we don't.
Yeah.
And I can't pay for that
I
shit.
paid for T-Mobile the other day.
I do sometimes when I'm traveling and I'm really like, okay, I've got 4 hours in the freaking, airport in Reno. T-Mobile is worth $9. You know what I mean, to check my email for 4 hours. But anyway, so this is going to be a big deal because Google. It would be a huge coup to have reliable, fast, free wireless anywhere you go.
Oh, it'd be huge.
Oh, it would be totally huge.
Yeah.
It'd be like,
See, and at that point,
big.
I really don't care what it is. I'll watch any ad or anything like that. I have an ad on the side.
Yeah, you say that now, my friend.
Well, dude, if I pull over and I'm in the middle of driving to, Tahoe and I want to check my email, and I can pull over to the side of the road, flip open
Did it
my
really
laptop.
take you 10 hours to get home?
It took me 10 hours to get home.
It took Prager 35 minutes
Well, it's
to
because
get
it
home.
flew. I was in the snow. I was driving out there, and they turned me around. They're like, "You need chains," and I'm like, "Can I buy chains?" And they're like, "Yeah, they're $80 plus $20 installments, like $100." I'm like, "Do you take cards?" They're like, "Not out here," and so I had to go
They're
back.
like, we don't have the telephone, Dan.
It was a 10-hour trip, but
times.
it was fun.
My plane was almost grounded because of wind range. You never want, when you're flying, you never want the environmental effects on the plane to be just within limits.
Right.
I kept hearing that a lot. We're just within limits so we can take off. And I'm like, let's wait till we're well within limits to take off. And I was in one of those like 2-prop planes. And they were just like, this is going to be bumpy. And I was like, all right. And it was like 5-foot drops and like, banking around turns and stuff because it was really windy in Reno when we left. But all part of a day's work.
Yes.
Well, a couple weekends. Next story.
Next
you,
story.
Kevin. Stop checking your email.
I'm looking for. There we go. Okay.
There it is.
Next story. PayPal launches. PayPal Mobile launches, and it's awesome via TechCrunch. 1,227 people dug the story submitted by Griffin37.
You all right?
I'm laughing because I messed up the number. No more stopping at ATMs for your friend to give you back that $20 he just borrowed, and no more waiting for change at that restaurant when you're paying on a credit card and your friend wants to give you cash. And it says ... just read and start using this.
Nice.
So here's the thing. I don't know how I feel about this. So what you do is you take your cell phone.
Right.
You log into your PayPal account.
Okay.
You give the number for your cell phone to PayPal. They call you. There's some type of little exchange that goes back and forth.
Right.
That you verify this is my phone. Once your phone has been authorized, it's like boom, it's a good, ready to go PayPal phone. So like it's been enabled.
So
right?
somebody could just pick it up and email themselves all your money in your bank account?
No, because they'd have to know your password, like your PIN.
All right, starting to get good.
So what you do is you basically you can put in your friend's email address, like the dollar amount, and you send like a text message, I think it is, or it's either a text message or an email to PayPal. They process that and then they send the money.
All right.
And there's really
that doesn't sound like a new thing.
It's
I thought it was going to be like a web page.
Well,
or something.
see, it's not really anything crazy like that. There are some cool things like, well, I don't know if this is cool, but it's interesting. Hold on.
I love that. There's some really cool features. They're kind of shitty, but you can use this thing.
Well, imagine. So what they're saying is that they're going to give you these new like IDs, right? So like, let's say you open up a magazine,
okay,
and you read through the magazine, and you see something that you like, and
something.
it might have like a little PayPal ID next to it. You can text. You can send PayPal.
Doing everything
you can send PayPal that ID,
yeah,
and like it'll instantly buy it for you and kind of like ship it out to you.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you think that's cool?
Well, yeah, for people who have a problem buying stuff online.
I mean, it's an easy way.
Because believe me, if I'm looking through a magazine, first off, I don't know if I've ever looked through a magazine and gone, I want to order that product right now.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when was that?
Coke machine?
Coke machine would be good, but it's not this. I'm going to send a text message to the Coke Corporation of America and wait until that gets processed through PayPal, and then one's going to fall out of the machine an hour later.
I see what they're thinking.
That's automated. I'm sure this is automated. It's not like some guy's like, Alex wants to send $4 to his grandmother in Duluth. $4 from PayPal.
Well, the thing is, what I think they're really trying to go after here is like the whole, you owe me $20, shoot me $20 via your phone. You owe me $40, like boom, 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 it's done.
Dude,
Alex.
You know what this is gonna be? This is gonna be gambling up a storm.
You think so?
Next car drives by is a bar. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, but the thing is,
$20 is I can punch you in the nuts.
So much out. The fees kill you.
The fees? Why?
That's the only reason I don't use PayPal as much as I would, because their fees are just insanely high. Anytime you transfer over like $100, you're like losing. I don't know what the percentage is now, but
like $100.
No, it's actually it's a few bucks. It's like $6, $7, $8 or whatever it is, and it's just like
really.
It's pretty high. Let me find out what the PayPal fees are. We won't look now, but anyway, next story. Go for it. I'll tell you in a second.
That's the end of the show.
That's the end of the show.
So sponsors.
Yes.
Hit the jackpot with GoDaddy.com. Register your domain name with GoDaddy.com, the world's #1 domain registrar, and get free hosting with a website builder, a free blog, a complete email address, and much, much more. One other idea for today's show, that was something written personally to me. Talk about the play. Well, I don't know what the heck is this. Breaker always puts these things in where it's like, so I guess the GoDaddy.com girl is going to be on the cover of Playboy. And so in celebration of her nice physique, we're going to now have the discount offer through us at Playboy. So when you're checking out, type in the word Playboy, Playboy, as the discount code, and you will get 10% off as much as you want.
There you go.
So that's good.
Yep. And I just checked on the fees real quick. Receiving funds 1.9% to 2.9% plus 30 cents USD. So it can be up to 2.9% to receive funds, which is a little...
That's a little much.
It's a little much. All right.
Cashfly, thanks to Cashfly for handling all of Dignation's distribution. Go to cashfly.com/Diggnation or use the coupon code Diggnation when you sign up and get your first month absolutely free.
Yes, thanks to Cashfly. Also, thanks to our newest sponsor, the game Pursuit Force for the PSP.
This is the second time we've had them sponsoring, right?
Yes, but you didn't remember last time.
I don't remember much of last time.
It says you can get lots of additional information at us.playstation.com. I have played the game. They did send us like 3 copies. I have a copy for you in my room.
I'll take it home. Now I just need a PSP.
But it is a cool game. It is fun.
Yeah.
Dan has a PSP and I was playing around with it. So good stuff.
It looks fun.
Yeah.
From what I saw. Emails.
Yes.
We have an email here which kind of goes into a little bit of what we talked about at the front. Hey, Kevin and Alex. Love listening to the live podcast. I wasn't able to get out there, seeing as I live out on the East Coast. Welcome, the East Coast. I'm from the East myself, bam. Just curious, how badly hungover were the both of you on Friday morning? Any chance Keith was there to videotape this? Bring the Diggnation out to the East Coast sometime soon. Andy. Well, Andy, we're definitely going to be doing, we definitely want to do a Diggnation out on the East Coast at some point. My parents are in Virginia. I'm from D.C. area. I'm sure it would be fun. So we will be coming out to you. I have never in my life, I think, been as screwed up as I was that night in Reno. It was really bad.
It was
to the
so
point
bad.
You've seen how much of this beer I've drunk.
It was so bad. I came over the next morning. I was like, Alex, I have some saltine crackers for you.
It's very nice.
And we're sitting there, we're talking, and I'm like, oh, dude, we were so drunk, blah, blah, blah.
He starts talking about
Jaeger.
Jaeger.
You remember we did that Jaeger, blah, 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 and he runs to the bathroom, and it happened again.
And I think I actually got a few phone calls from like housekeeping asking if I was alive. Your girlfriend thought
you cheated on her.
Oh, that was so funny. My girlfriend, I called and I was like, dude, I totally hooked up with this shit. No, I'm totally kidding. She called me, I called her the day after and I was like, dude, oh my God, I'm so sick. Like I was so, I think I had gone into the realm of alcohol poisoning, not just, hungover. Because I didn't have a headache or anything. But she was like, she's like, I actually had that moment when I came out and I was like, oh, it's funny, he hasn't called me. And then she goes, oh my God, I wonder if he cheated on me. And I was like, and that's, I go, that's really cute and sort of weird, interesting. And then I go, it's sort of weird. And I go, and I think it's sort of upsetting to me that you're probably more happy that I was ralphing and horribly and like asleep. I fell asleep on my sink in the hotel room.
No Windows XP girls for you.
Yeah. And so she was like, she was like, yeah, I am happy that that's what you ended up doing. And it's like, well, that's sort of good, sort of bad.
Yeah.
But so Andy, don't drink, ever. Just don't.
Yes.
Beers are okay. And then we have a picture. This guy sent in a picture of his dog with a Diggnation shirt.
Diggnation shirt.
How awesome is that?
He didn't tell us the dog's name, though. I'm going to say...
Doggy.
I don't know what the name is.
Did you pick an email? Another email?
Also, we'll get another picture, too.
Oh, cool.
We're getting so many pictures, might as well crank two out. This is of Jen.
Hi, Jen.
She sends a picture of herself. Hello there. And
very nice picture. Mm-hmm. Did you take another email? Did you get another email?
I think that was my job was pictures today.
That's a good cop-out.
Yeah.
That's it, I think. I wanted to tell you just a little anecdote real quick before we run off.
Here we go.
If you have a Motorola Razr, and you're with either Verizon or Singular, and your Motorola Razr has started dropping calls, call either Verizon or Singular. They will replace your phone for free. Because all of a sudden, my girlfriend has a Razr. I bought my Razr at the same time as hers, and she literally would, like, in the span of a 10-minute conversation, have the call drop 3 times.
Dude, I told you how bad mine was. You remember that from a while ago.
It might have been the phone, because she just got it replaced by Singular, but they just, swapped it out and swapped it in, and her phone, it's like a new life.
Nice.
So if you do, just go to singular.com and click in the FAQs, and they'll tell you how to do it. You just go and call them, and they'll send you a brand new phone in the mail.
Cool.
So that's good.
That is it for this edition of Diggnation. I'm Kevin Rose.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. If you want to check out the stories we've talked about in this week and all previous weeks, head over to dig.com/users/Diggnation.
Yes, and add us both as friends on Dig, because you can track on the homepage of Dig like our activity, what we've been digging, what we've been commenting on, and things like that throughout the week. My Dig username is dig.com/users/Kevin Rose.
And
there's a
I'm
little add button there.
dig.com/users/Alex Albrecht. If you want to get in touch with us, you want to send us your pictures of your yourselves or your animals dressed in our Diggnation shirts.
Oh no!
Just send us an email, dignationfans@gmail.com. That's dignationfans@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening.
Yes.
We will see you next week. Hasta luego.
This week's edition of Diggnation is brought to you by GoDaddy.com,
Cashfly.com,
Pursuit Force for the PSP.
and Squirrel Butter.
It's a lot better than man chowder.
Oh, no.
Man chowder?
No.
That's good.
No.
Let's try a second one just for safety.